so happy to be here today with Claudio. It is Monday, April the 17th, and we are going to talk about who Claudio is, what he does, and how does selling on the spot marketplace help Claudio's business. That's right. We are going to talk about building everyone's business. If you are in any business, selling on the spot marketplace is where you need to be. So we are going to get started by talking a little bit about Claudio. All right. His first introduction into network marketing came about 30 years ago. He eventually moved away from it for a bit as the industry wasn't exactly the way he thought it should be. There was no, the rife of the illegal schemes, and he was drawn back. But more importantly, he was looking for something that was more ethically done. And back then, it wasn't what he really wanted. So, upon his mission of looking and re-entering the market, him and his wife quickly realized that the structure and support in legitimate multi-level marketing companies had finally changed for the better. Woo! You know what? And it's still, you have to be careful where you get involved at. The support system and the compensation plans had improved dramatically to help even the beginners to see the results almost immediately. The multi-level marketing industry has even attracted Warren Buffett and Richard Branson. So now it's getting a lot more credible, and the atmosphere has changed so that Claudio and his wife feels more comfortable. After a few attempts at finding the right fit for them, they were introduced to a very unique opportunity in the travel industry. Now they enjoy traveling even more than before at a fraction of the cost. Woo! Anytime you can save money, it is a win-win for everyone. Since our entry into the travel industry, they have also been exploring the Forex trading. The beauty of the company we've associated ourselves with, he says, you can earn a lucrative passive income requiring little to no effort. I'm all for that. Easy peasy is the way to go in today's world for sure. Or decide to share it with others. You don't have to. It's completely optional, and enjoy a substantial growth in your earnings. So there you go. Claudio is talking about travel. He is talking about making some money to a lot of money. And he's doing all of this and is making a great living for himself and his wife, helping his family grow more income to do more fun things like travel, keep the lights on, pay the mortgage, all of those important things, but also those things that are fun to do and things that he wants to do. And isn't that what life is all about? It's all about the journey, folks. Don't forget that when you're living life. Forex, also known as foreign exchange, is the largest, most liquid financial market in the world, trading on an average of $5.3 trillion per day. That's right. That's what I said. $5.3 trillion per day. Wow. I had no idea. I knew it was a lot, but I had no idea. Large organizations such as major banks and insurance companies earn a substantial amount of their profits by using our hard-earned money and trading it in the Forex market. The companies that he has partnered with were created to allow the average person with no knowledge, no experience on how to trade and be successful in the Forex market, to allow professional Forex traders to trade on a behalf and pass the profits on to us. Whether you have any trading experience or not, everyone makes the same percentages. That's right. You earn the same percentages. What a way to make money. Creative, exponential, expanding your growth each and every day is a possibility. And Claudio has unlocked that for all of us. He has learned how to do it, what to do, where to do it, and when to do it. And so when he comes on here in just a minute, let's listen to what he has to say about travel and trading. Claudio now has made it his mission to share these opportunities with as many people as possible to allow them to have the same success or even better than he has since July of 2020. He would be more than happy to share this with anyone willing to connect with him and allow him to explain how it all works. We have his Calendly link. We have his email, and we have a phone number for Claudio. So he's serious, folks. He is a serious guy when it comes to making money to help him and his wife live out a great life and help his family as he wants to and needs to. Did you hear what I said? Wants to. That's right. It can be a want, guys. So don't pass up. At least listen. At least book an appointment with Claudio. And here he comes. All right, everyone. Welcome, Claudio. Woo! Thank you so much for being on today, Claudio. It is a pleasure to have you. And just tell us about the travel.
Well, thank you, LaDonna. I appreciate having me on here. Everybody loves to travel. And when you go to the traditional routes, online, Googling, and, I'm not going to mention any companies, they all have to make their profits too. So there are a number of companies out there, one of which I partnered with, that actually buy large amounts of travel packages. They make deals with certain hotels, with certain resorts, with cab companies. You can even shop in some of these platforms, and you can save up to about 65% on anything travel related. And that's what I've done. I've partnered up with a great company. The founder is incredible. He is a great support system himself personally. I can reach out to him at any time. And we've gone on a few trips. We actually just got back from a trip. We went down to Houston for a few days and then took a bus up to New Orleans. And now we're planning a cruise sometime in October. So, it's given us the opportunity to travel a lot more often. And there's a lot more to choose from now. So, yeah, it's been a blast. I'm loving it. And I love sharing it with others.
Absolutely. And if you can save up to 65% on some of your travel, what a way. You can do a lot more traveling when you're saving money like that. And are you taking some of that Forex money and to travel with to pay for that travel?
Maybe just a little bit. It pretty much pays for it all. It's really been a blessing. And, I couldn't be happier with the way things are going. You do have to be careful. There are certain companies out there that have been known to, be scammed. So you have to do your due diligence and investigate properly and ask a lot of questions. But it's really been a blessing. It's honestly the easiest money I've ever made. This weekend we went to see a movie. We went out for dinner. We went bowling, and I got paid during all of that. What more can you ask for? So it's been a lot of fun.
That's right. Now, if someone contacts you and they want to talk to you, do you charge for that consultation? Is there a fee to talk with you about the travel or Forex?
When I first started, I just want to, there's a reason for me going back, to the beginning. When I first started getting into network marketing, the goal was to create that financial freedom. That's what it was all about. It's changed. Now that I have that financial freedom, I'm making the income that I always dreamed of making way back then. My mission, as you mentioned, is to share it with other people. I would have no reason to charge anybody for any of that. It's actually a pleasure for me to be able to tell people what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Now, I do have to put out that disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and I can't give advice, but I can show you what I've been doing and how successful I've been with those companies. So, yeah, no, it's a pleasure to talk to anybody that is interested to listen.
Okay, so do you have to have like millions of dollars to start one of these funds? Is there a minimal fee? What is probably the lowest fee that you could start? When I say fee, how much money is the lowest amount to start one of the tradings?
Some of it depends on where you are, because there's a couple of restrictions in certain countries with some of the platforms that I'm with. But if you're in the US, well, let's put it this way. If you're not in Canada, there's one that you can actually start with as little as $99. You can just put it in or else.
Oh, how exciting. Now, is that entire 90, just take this one for instance, because I know there's several out there. And when he says Canada and US, the reason he's saying that, folks, is I'm in the US, Claudio is in Canada, and it's so wonderful that we can meet through a platform and talk with each other and learn from each other. COVID was horrible to us, but then we were blessed with learning how to do this more effectively. And, it's give and take. It's all about the mindset. So I wanted to put that out there. But Claudio, if I put in $99 to this one fund, does some of that get eat up for fees and things like that? Or are there other fees on top of the $99? Well, I'm just taking this one for instance.
Yeah, this one in particular that I'm talking about, there is a $25 a month fee. So you can start with as little as $99, but you'd have to add maybe $10, $20 a month for a few months until you build it up enough that you're earning more than that $25 a month fee. And then it will just take off from there. So, we always recommend, if you start with $300, for example, $300 will earn you enough to, based on past performances, obviously, will earn you enough to cover that $25 and still make a few dollars extra that you can continue to grow your account. And the more you grow it, obviously, the more you're going to make.
Okay. And Claudio, I know that you do this full time as whatever time you want to spend on it. This is your travel business, and money is your job. It's your business. It's your lifeline of putting money in the bank.
Yep.
So if I work full time, do I still have time to do this? Is this something I have to deal with every day on Fridays? Just let it sit there until I get ready? What is the guide? What is the suggestion on that?
Well, unless you want to actually start sharing with other people, so you want to start, doing a little bit of building to earn that extra income. If you're just happy earning the passive income, actually, it's even automated now. With this one with the $99, you can actually automate it, so it'll automatically take your earnings and put it back into your trading account, so it increases the amount that it's trading every week. So you basically just need to start it off by putting the amount of money in that you've required and just let it sit there. You can go back and check it every few months if you want. There's really no reason for you to have to do anything.
That's awesome. Because, some people, if they're juggling children and a spouse and, getting them from place to place in school and work full time, it's a little hard sometimes for people to look at the market, 4 or 5 times a day or even daily sometimes. So that is good to know that it can be automated. I love that.
Yeah. Well, think of it this way. If you put money in the bank, how often you actually check your bank account to see how much you're earning?
No.
Twice a year?
Yeah.
You can really do the same thing here. It's more enticing to go in and look more often because you're making a lot more money. So right. It's always fun to see, oh, wow, I made this much this week. All right.
Right.
So it's more exciting, but it's
Right.
not required.
I was
It's
laughing
totally
when
up to
you
you.
said the bank account earning money. I'm like, really? Because I don't. But I do check my bank account every morning, one time a day, every morning, just to make sure no one's, nothing funny business is going
Yeah.
on, no scams. But then it's gone. I don't check it again until the next day. But I'm definitely not looking for the savings.
No,
If
no,
nothing else, sometimes there's a fee on there, So,
exactly. Your fees actually outweigh what you earn,
oh yeah,
traditionally. So
a
unless you
lot.
have
Yeah.
millions of dollars in there,
Yes, exactly. And then the travel business, is that something that you also add? If you want to, you can add people to it to make more money, or is it just for you to save money?
well, the travel business that I started back when I wrote that bio, that one did have that component to it where you can actually build a team. The one that I'm with now, you actually get a referral link, but it's basically a one-time referral fee. So you can refer as many people as you want. You can earn money that way, but you're not getting commissions and you're not getting team
Okay.
building and ranks and stuff like that. It just takes that added pressure off, and so just so you can enjoy the travel more, as it's meant to be.
All right. So it's not a timeshare though, correct?
No,
Okay.
no.
So it's
You
just for
might get
you and your
introduced to
wife to
timeshares.
enjoy.
Yeah, sorry. You may get introduced to timeshares if you want to go and look at a meeting, but they don't put any pressure on you whatsoever. What happens sometimes is they actually have deals with some timeshares that they will rent those out a lot less expensive even than the traditional hotels. But you're not going to have to be weighted with any meetings and stuff like that. So that's totally
Awesome.
optional.
Okay, awesome. Because I know a lot of people will ask that.
Yeah.
And guys, if anyone's listening right now, please put in the comments if you have questions. Please put in the comment, hey Claudio, hey LaDonna, let us know you're here. If you're listening to us on the recording, do the same thing, but add hashtag replay so that we know that you watched it either live or you watched it on the recording, because we want to connect with you. Claudio will connect with you. I can connect with you. We can answer your questions. Um, we would love for you to connect with Claudio. He can help you find a place for your money to possibly grow. Now, like he said, he's not a guru, finance director, financial person. He can just tell you what he does. And let me tell you, I've known Claudio now for a couple of years, maybe more, from different network meetings that him and I have attended together and still do. He's earned a lot of money, folks. He's helped a lot of people. He's helped a lot of people. And everyone that I ever come across that deals with Claudio loves the growth that they have began, or even if it's a long-term thing, they're still so happy that Claudio recommended different ways of growing their money. And you know what? There's never enough money anymore. It seems like everything's getting higher, more expensive. So if you can save on travel, or if you can gain more money, because, like me, we want to retire in a couple of years. Mark and I both. We would love to retire and travel. That is our thing. We want to try. We've done a lot of traveling. Now, don't get me wrong. We've done most of the U.S. We were in Germany. We were, different places, but we want to do more, and when we retire, we can do more, stay longer, and no one tells us when to come back. So, so let me ask you about selling on the spot marketplace. Claudio, how long have you been a member of selling on the spot marketplace?
I started attending the live events that Jane was holding out in Oshawa. Jane War is, the founder and CEO. It's getting close to 7 years now. And actually, and I'm not saying this to brag or anything, but if you ask anybody, especially Jane, who has attended the most meetings, I don't think anybody even comes close, because I've been very consistent over those, close to 7 years. And there's a reason for that. I used to do a lot of networking beforehand. I used to, search on Meetup and hear about other events, and I'd go and I'd check it out. And okay, it's not bad. You make a lot of contacts, you pass out a lot of business cards and never hear from them again. Why? Because you went one time. You need to be consistent. You need to be known. You need to grow that know, like, and trust factor. And the only way you're going to do that is by attending regularly. Not everybody does. So you might, if you start missing 2 or 3 or 4 events, in a row, there may be a couple of people that come in that one time and they never come back again. So you're losing opportunities. So, anybody that you talk to, they know me, they know they can trust me. I'm no magical, like you said, guru in anything. I just love to share things that I know that I've been having success with. And people that know me, they can trust me because they know what I'm all about.
Exactly. We have Gary online with us, and he says, great person to interview, LaDonna. He is an expert in his area. So, see,
Thank you,
people
Gary.
know Claudio. Claudio has been around. When he gets into a group that fits him, because every group's not going to fit you guys.
Yeah.
If you own any kind of business, I don't care what kind of business you're in, making wreaths, selling tops, getting people into money, whatever it is, you need to find your group and you need to stay there. You need to be successful there. And he is right, the know, like, and trust factor. And he touched on a couple of things. Number one, Jane Moore. She created this business a little over 7 years ago, I guess, maybe 8. But let me tell you, she has started it and she has grown it. She is made a brand. She follows that brand. As a licensee, I have to follow that brand because that's what works. Look at there. Look at that, selling on the spot marketplace. And he talked about Jane, and Jane is known as Trainer Jane, Jane War, selling on the spot, has a lot of different departments, as you would say, that you can, we have a membership, we have this, we have that, we have the affiliate program, we have the licensee program, and so many more, because it's not just a place for you to come and connect, which we love that. It's so important, but she also trains us. She also brings experts in to teach us what's going on with Facebook and that monster algorithm. He is a horrible factor to try to figure out, but we have to do it to be successful on our advertising strategies on Facebook. And then, you have different things you have to do if you're on LinkedIn or if you're on TikTok, whatever it is. She's always bringing in those experts to teach us as business owners how to grow our business even bigger and faster, but strategically and ethically, and teach us not to be so pushy. And you know what? She's doing something right if Claudio's been there now for 7 years and he continues to come back. Now, Claudio, I'm going to ask you this. I think I know the answer, but I want to ask anyway, has selling on the spot marketplace grown your business? Has it helped you grow your business?
I'd say it has a little bit. I've added well over 100 people to several of my teams, and they're all doing great, and they're all having a great time at it. So, yeah, it's been incredible. Just to touch back on Jane, and this is the one thing I really appreciate about her. Not only did she create this incredible space, incredible enterprise to help people connect and do business together, but she is teaching us how to make the most of it and to benefit the most. And we've partnered up on a lot of the businesses that I've been part of. She still is, a partner with me on a lot of the businesses. And yeah, she and selling on the spot has helped me tremendously grow my businesses.
That's awesome. And what do you think? What is your number one? If you had to pick one, what is your favorite thing about selling on the spot marketplace?
I think what I really like is that you get to speak to everybody. And not to say, there are other groups that have breakout rooms and whatnot, so you're talking to a smaller crowd. There are opportunities to speak to the whole crowd. Um, and, it's good for the fit that they have. Some of them are shorter events. Jaden's events are traditionally 2 hours, so it gives us all that extra time. 2 minutes is a lot of time to be able to explain to people what you do and to catch that interest. Sometimes if you're only having, 30 seconds a minute, you may not get that key point across that will really attract those people, because unless you hit it, you don't know what's going to work and what's not. So,
Exactly.
I think that
Exactly.
additional minute really makes a difference.
Right. And it's Claudio brought up trust, and we brought up scams in the bio. You do have to work with people that you trust. And, I feel like 30 years ago, we didn't worry about trust as much. But in our society today, I feel like, and I don't know if you feel this way, Claudio, but I feel like we even have to be more on our toes with trusting people, trusting businesses, because, I mean, there's so many scams out there and so many ways people will take your money. I mean, it's incredible that people have time to do that. Get a job. Go get a real job. But I mean, do you feel that way? And I feel like the marketplace is a trusted group, a trusted event, that people are there for the same reason, to build their business, to work with each other.
Yeah, that is so true. But, even if people do develop that trust with people, I mean, I may come across a new opportunity. Sounds great. The money is phenomenal and whatnot. But, I will do, sort of a test myself and try it out for a little while before I start talking to people about it. But I will still tell them, do your own due diligence, because you may check into something that I may have missed. And maybe there's a reason, or you talk to somebody that has had issues with the person that has created this platform. So, it's always good to do your own, due diligence and check things out for yourself. So, yeah, it breaks my heart to hear when people have told me that they've lost literally thousands and thousands of dollars through these scams. So, I'm as careful as I possibly can before I start promoting these, but I still want you to do your own due diligence and check it out for yourself.
Right. And, life happens. We know that. And we know that when we invest, you never know. You just never know. But again, like Claudio said, you do your homework, you connect with people that you can trust, and hopefully you can figure it out together, or use the knowledge from the person that's already checked it out, has been doing it for a while. And, I know in one of our other groups, Claudio has done a lot of money talk, and that group has came together as a group and invested. And the same thing is, it just keeps growing. Our money keeps growing. It's a little here, a little there. And I'm so proud that Claudio and Nancy keeps up with all that, because I don't. Nancy says it's time to pay, and I pay. You know? And every once in a while I'll say, am I ever going to get my money back? Yes, you can have your money, or do you want to reinvest it? Reinvest it. Because it just keeps growing. And that's the beauty about it. It is, you are investing, but just the connection, the trust. And that's what we try to bring you. With that, I want to bring up one thing, Claudio, and I'm going to be right back with you. Don't hang up. Is I want to bring up my next selling on the spot marketplace. Now, my next event is coming up on April 25th, just a week away tomorrow, at 10 a.m. Central and 11 a.m. Eastern. It is a 2-hour event. Please connect with me. I want to show you the opportunity for you to come in and just tell us about your product. your event, your whatever it is, you want to book appointments. Do you have something to sell? I don't care what your business is. You need to be at my next Selling on the Spot marketplace on April 25th at 10 a.m. Central Time. If you sell Mary Kay, if you sell Avon, if you make your own wreaths, if you are a money person, if you sell insurance, if you sell clothing, if you sell shoes, it doesn't matter. If you want to book appointments, if you want to connect with people so that you can sell, on the spot, book appointments on the spot. That's what it's all about. It's a way to connect and grow your business. And I'm going to bring Claudio back. Claudio, just one more minute is that I feel like every time I go to an event, my own event, Sue, Joe, Link, whatever, whoever's event, Jane's event, I connect with someone and I build my business at least with someone. Do you feel like that when you go to an event? Do you think it's worth your time and energy to be there?
Oh, absolutely. Especially when there's new people at the events, which there is pretty much at every single event. There's always somebody that is interested in what you have to offer, and that's what it's all about. As well as I do. The key thing with the Selling the Spot is at the end of your 2 minutes, you make an offer, whether it's to have a conversation, whether it's to sell something, whether it's to sell a service. So it might cost you something, it might not cost you something, but you're making that offer. You're enticing people to say yes to your offer.
Absolutely. The reason I want to bring this up is everyone that comes to the event is there for the same reasons: to connect, to sell something, to book an appointment, whatever your offers are. We're all there for the same reason. And so strategically, when you all come together for the same reason, you are going to make those connections. You are going to let people know what you do. Because again, like we said before, it's that trust factor. Get to know people. And with that said, Claudio, is there anything else that you want to add to today's event before we go?
Well, I always like to repeat what Nancy has mentioned to us so many times. It's not about selling to everybody. Not everybody that at the event that you go to will be your customer, but every one of them could turn out to be a referral partner. So you may not be selling anything to anybody that's in that room or at that event, but they may know somebody that does need your or want your service or product.
Absolutely. Claudio, I have probably, if I had to pick one best customer, this gentleman has never purchased a thing from me, Claudio, but I would pick him as my number one customer. Why, you say? Because if he hasn't bought anything, how is he your favorite customer? He has recommended me to so many people. He has made so many contacts. He always, and I do mean always, will comment on my post as he sees them on LinkedIn, especially. And he has brought me fundraisers. He has brought me affiliates. I mean, it's not always about someone buying something from you. Customers come in all different sizes. And that's what makes our businesses incredible. If Claudio comes and nobody purchases, or let me back that up, no one invests money with him or joins his travel business, guess what? His best customer might be someone in that group that tells someone else, and that person comes in and invests $10,000. Now, am I still one of his customers? I'm one of his customers now, even though I didn't invest. I told someone else. So with that said, Claudio, it has been my pleasure to do this interview with you. And just keep doing what you're doing, my friend, because it is awesome every time I see you and get to do business with you. And I look forward to the next event that we attend together. Have a beautiful day, everyone, and a beautiful week. What a way to start our week, Claudio. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, LaDonna. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.